Today, we're going to talk about an app that I bet a lot of us use every single day, WhatsApp. We're going to look at the data it collects and, more importantly, why that matters. Now, our goal here is simple. It's to help you stay aware and informed. This isn't about creating fear. It's about giving you the knowledge you need to make the best choices for your own privacy.
So let's get right into it. We've all heard about WhatsApp's famous end-to-end encryption, right? That's the feature that keeps our actual messages private. But there's another side to the story, and it's called metadata. And that is the information that is collected and can be shared. So you might be asking, what on earth is metadata?
Let's break down exactly what that means. We're not talking about the words you type in your chats. We're talking about all the other information that gets gathered, the kind of stuff that tells a story about you, even if the messages themselves are completely hidden from view. This is really the central question, isn't it? What does WhatsApp actually know about you? And again, this has nothing to do with the content of your conversations. It's all about the digital breadcrumbs, the footprints you leave behind every time you use the app. So let's take a look at what those are. So this gives you a pretty clear picture. We're talking about who you talk to, how often you talk to them, and at what times. But it goes deeper. It's also technical stuff, like your phone model, your operating system, even your battery level and mobile network. They also log your IP address, which gives a general idea of your location. And, maybe surprisingly to some, it includes the names and numbers from your contacts list, as well as the names of groups you're in and their profile photos. All of this information creates a really detailed pattern of your life and activity on the app. And that brings us back to this key idea, metadata. A really good way to think about it is like sending a letter in the mail. The letter inside the envelope, that's your message. It's sealed, it's private, it's encrypted. But anyone can look at the outside of the envelope, right? They can see who sent it, where it's going, and the postmark says when it was sent. That's your metadata. It's all the context without the content. Okay, so we know WhatsApp collects this metadata, but why does it really matter? How does this information fit into the bigger picture, and what's the real-world impact for you and me? Well, a major policy change a few years ago really brought all of this into sharp focus. Yeah, this isn't just some theoretical privacy concern. What happened with the 2021 privacy policy update is a perfect case study of how this data is used, how valuable it is, and who it's valuable to. So let's look at the timeline of that shift. Before 2021, the main selling point was always end-to-end encryption. But in 2021, WhatsApp updated its privacy policy, and this was the game changer. After this update, user metadata began to be shared with its parent company, Meta. And why would they do that? Well, because for a business like Meta that relies on advertising, knowing your habits, who you talk to, what groups you join, that data is incredibly valuable. It lets them build a much more detailed profile of your interests, which can then be used for targeted ads across Facebook and Instagram. All this, even though they still can't read a single word of your private messages. So, knowing all this is the first step. But the next, and I think the most important step, is taking action. And the good news is, you do have control here. There are some simple, practical things you can do to manage your privacy. You're definitely not powerless in this situation. There are specific settings you can adjust right inside the app that let you take back some of that control and better protect your digital footprint. All right, here are 5 practical steps you can take. First, your profile visibility. Go into your settings and change who can see your profile photo and about info to contacts only. Second, contact syncing. You might want to consider disabling automatic contact syncing in your phone's main settings. Third, and this is a really important one, your backups. Make sure you turn on end-to-end encryption for your cloud backups. Fourth, be cautious with public groups. Just remember, when you join one, your phone number becomes visible to everyone in that group. And finally, a simple but really powerful habit: slow down. Just think twice before you share any sensitive documents or images. This is a core principle for staying safe online, and it's worth repeating. Always stop, think, and verify. Taking that extra moment of consideration can make all the difference. This quote really captures the main takeaway here. Even when our words are hidden by encryption, the patterns we leave behind online, well, they tell a story. And being mindful of those digital footprints is really the key to managing our privacy in a digital world. So remember, the goal here is not to fear technology, but to simply stay informed and be cautious. Awareness is protection. If you stay alert, you stay safe. Thank you for joining me. Stay safe, stay aware, and please consider sharing this information with your family and friends.